Coming up on Network Africa, Libya's military strongman Haftar stopped over in Greece ahead of ceasefire talks to hold in Berlin, Germany. 15 killed in an overnight attack on a Fulani village in central Mali. Plus, health leaders from 7 African countries to meet in Togo to sign agreements criminalizing trafficking in fake drugs. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Layo Adegoke. The Libyan military strongman Khalifa Haftar has met the Greek Foreign Minister Nikos Dendias in Athens on his way to a conference in Berlin this weekend aimed at ending the Libyan civil war. Greece has strongly opposed an agreement struck recently between Turkey and Libya's UN-backed government general Haftar's rival. The agreement divides the Mediterranean Sea between the Libyan and Turkish coasts, and it has implications for regional oil exploration. Libya has been fractured and deeply unstable, with outside powers providing support to rival armed factions since veteran dictator Muammar Gaddafi was toppled in a 2011 uprising.
Khalifa Haftar arrived in Greece on Thursday on his way to a Berlin conference organized to address the conflict in the North African country Libya. Haftar, who leads an offensive to capture the capital Tripoli, met with Greek foreign minister at a hotel in central Athens. Greece tells Haftar to take a constructive stance at the summit. Earlier, General Haftar met with German foreign minister in his stronghold Benghazi. Germany says Haftar has agreed to abide by a ceasefire with his government opponents. Chancellor Angela Merkel also wants to get a commitment to the Libyan arms embargo at Sunday's summit.
Our foreign minister met with General Haftar, and it is a good message that he is willing to keep to the ceasefire. That's a prerequisite. At the Libya conference, we must above all see that the weapons embargo is adhered to again.
Back home in Tripoli, displaced Libyans are hopeful the Berlin talks will lead to a truce.
I wish for a ceasefire at the Berlin conference and for there to be no war. We are all brothers and Libyans. I do not wish for any mercenaries or anyone who kills people to interfere between us. We want a safe country and we do not want war.
We hope, God willing, at the conference on Sunday that God will unite their word and they will reach an agreement so I can return to my home.
Germany on Sunday will host a summit bringing together foreign powers and the Libyan rival camps, backed by them to try end the war over Tripoli and resume talks on a power-sharing deal.
At least 15 people have been killed in an overnight attack on the Fulani village in central Mali. A security official has confirmed that some of the victims had their throats slit during the attack on Sinda village near the town of Douentza in the Mopti region of the country. Officials believe Dozo traditional hunters carried out the killings. Ethnic violence in the area has grown worse following the growth of Islamist armed groups. More than 150 Fulani died in an attack last March, which was blamed on a militia from the Dogon ethnic group. President Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria has departed Abuja for London to participate in the inaugural UK-Africa Investment Summit holding on Monday, January 20, 2020. According to the organizers, the event hosted by the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is expected to bring together African leaders, international business chief executives, and heads of international organizations. Issues of sustainable finance and infrastructure, trade and investment, future African growth sectors, and clean energy and climate are expected to dominate discussions at the summit. While in the UK, President Buhari is expected to meet with the head of the Commonwealth, Prince Charles, in Glasgow, Scotland, as well as Prime Minister Johnson. He's expected back in Abuja next week, Thursday. Health leaders from 7 African countries are meeting in Togo's capital, Lomé, to sign an agreement criminalizing trafficking in fake drugs. Tens of thousands of people in Africa die each year because of fake and counterfeit medication. The representatives from Congo, Brazzaville, the Gambia, Ghana, Niger, Senegal, Togo and Uganda are hoping that laws specifically targeting fake medications will do the trick. A health activist, Dennis Bukenia, from the Human Rights Research Documentation Center in Uganda, says that existing laws could already be used to charge people importing fake drugs, but the penalties were too small to be a deterrent to criminals. Joining us now to talk more about this is Dr. Bukola Asoro, a general practitioner. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Help us understand, how bad is Africa's counterfeit medicine problem, especially here in Nigeria?
Yeah, I won't say it's bad, but fake drugs are still in circulation. However, the government seems to be able to actually stem the inflow of these counterfeit drugs.
Now, what impact does this problem have? Because the fight against fake drugs has been on for a long time. Why does it seem so difficult to combat in Africa?
Yeah, the impact has been most majorly unexpected side effects. We've had patients come with allergic reactions. We have worsening medical condition. Even some patients die from it. And this has also affected the credibility of our healthcare system. However, it's been difficult combating it because of the challenges we face with all these unscrupulous drug dealers who have backings, making it the stipulated drug laws and standard very unattainable.
Yes, I was going to ask about these drug dealers who import the fake drugs. A health expert from Uganda says the penalties are too small. Do you share this sentiment? What do you think should be done to be as a punishment to stop this entirely?
I'll speak for Nigeria. The punitive measures are stiff enough to deter the would-be criminals in this regard.
All right. What resolutions do you think health leaders at the meeting in Togo should come up with then at the end of their meeting?
They should make drugs more affordable and available, especially for the low-income earners. Also, stricter punitive measures for the offenders. Stricter law enforcement at our borders, sorry.
Right. Finally, how do you think patients can better equip themselves and protect themselves from fake medication that is still in circulation?
Patients should be alert enough to scrutinize the drug labels, the barcode, and also the serial numbers attached to every medication. And every patient should know their medication, especially for those on chronic medication. A chronic hypertensive patient ought to know his or her drug. You've been using this drug for 10 years. Nobody needs to tell you when you're seeing a fake drug. And also, NAFDAC number should be on every licensed drug in this country. So you can actually know the original from the fake. And most people are actually carried away by the price. Don't be deceived by the price. If some people believe when the price is too high or when it's too low, when it's high, this drug is fake, and when the price is when it's ridiculously cheap, it's fake. So people should not be carried away. They should be at alert to scrutinize any medication you're purchasing, especially over-the-counter drugs. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Bukola Asoro, general practitioner. Thank you for speaking to us on Network Africa.